Happy New Year, people. Hello, I'm back. Didn't really need stock, but today has been the most gloriously sunny day. And you know what? I thought I'm going out, got in the car, did my post, went to the garage, did all that stuff, and thought I'm going to go and have a mooch. Just 2 shops. Didn't get masses because I don't need masses. The death pile, if that's the word, is jewellery. I'm quite up to date with everything else. Hi, Lex. Hello, how are you? Happy New Year. How are you? Are you good? I'm a bit tired, but I went out today because the sun is glorious and it was freezing, but beautiful. And I thought, I'm not staying inside and looking out at that because I won't get much done. So, Veranda Files, hello. Happy New Year all round, because I'll be saying it endlessly otherwise. And it's weird New Year for me. I don't get the same sense of a new start with it, I think, as a lot of people, because for me, I kind of restart things in October. November, that's my New Year. But, it's still a good excuse for a party. And yes, we did. Lex, oh my God. Will someone put the real Lex on? 150 listings over 2 days. Oh my God. I'm hoping that's like 10 of the same thing. Dunk, dunk, dunk. In your usual way of being able to drafts like that. But that's brilliant. I know you're keen to get a lot of your stuff on, especially the costume and what have you. Good strategy. Hello, Intelligent Zombie. Nice to see you. And I still love that name. Well, what did I buy? 2 shops visited. Just the 2. Both the same chain of my favourite charity shop. And in the... I'll do the first one second for obvious reasons. In the second one first, I bought, and now I can't actually show you this because it's still down in the camper van. I'll try and bring up a picture. This was £2, 70 vintage gold. Oh yeah, wow. Well, they will go. The margins in the lower end of jewellery are, I think, a bit of an epic struggle, aren't they? I mean, I'm hoping to get to grips with it all and then move on into the better stuff. It's what I'm trying to do anyway, but learning, eh? But those vintage gold tone 70s necklaces will sell, without a doubt. I haven't got a lot of my jewellery on, but what I have got is really starting to sell. And I've had some quite interesting, unexpected sales lately, I have to say. Oh, okay, right, I don't need that screen. What I do need are my pictures. I don't know if this will come across, but I need to show you it just because. If I do this, it's probably not going to show. Anyone recognise that picture? It's called The Wings of Love. It's huge. It's like vast. And I found a framed one. It was just sitting there quietly minding its own business in the charity shop. And I thought, what excuse am I going to make to buy this? Because they are funny in there. They kind of know what I do, but I don't think they know some of the really weird stuff I sell. And I don't want them necessarily going, oh, well, that's valuable. We're going to price it up next time. So, and it is such a naff picture. I've got to be honest, it's not one I particularly like. But The Wings of Love has a following, and I've got a framed example of it. So I'm sure that £2 will turn into £50, even if someone has to come and get it rather than me post it. So that was a yes, please. And then had to manhandle it down the road to the car, which was embarrassing, really. I try not to buy big stuff, but sometimes you just can't avoid it. Another prize purchase of today, which I had to have, if only for the name. I don't buy games anymore. Buccaneer. Look, they've got Brian Blessed on there. Yes, there he is, Brian Blessed. That looks very much like as some kind of pirate captain. And we all like a bit of pirate. So I had to have it, £1.50. I have actually gone through and checked, and it's all there. It's all complete. And this will please you, Lex. It actually comes with a little bag of treasures. In fact, I'll probably put them in a bag rather than a little box. I guess they will rattling around loose at some time, but someone thoughtfully popped them into a nice little vintage box. Very beardy. Yeah, it's got a touch of the stee about it, hasn't it? Don't tell him, goodness me. But it comes with a little... That's no way to keep it complete. So we have little pearls. Comes with 5 pearls, 5 rubies, 5 barrels of, yes, you've guessed it, rum. That will never keep you going, will it, Lex? Not that size. Pointless. And apparently, bullion gold bars. So it's 5 of each of those. And they're all there. I could barely believe it. I thought the chances of it being complete were quite remote. And they had taped it shut. It comes with little ships. And it's just so cool. So we grabbed that. And that's probably a £50 game. And even the box isn't... I mean, the box is scuffed, but it's not all ripped up and falling apart. So I made an exception and bought a game. I got rid of a load of games years ago because I just couldn't be doing with them. But that, why not? Treasure, exactly. But I have got jewellery as well, Lex. It's okay. Right, the next thing what I got for... How much should I pay for these? £2. Not one of my favourite designs. Upside down bus. Some of you may have guessed by now. This is a Kath Kidson design because it says so on the front of the bus. It actually says Kath Kidson. Does stuff come out reversed? No, it doesn't. There we go. I noticed on Steve's videos, yes, I do watch, that everything's sort of back to front. I don't know how that happens. So it's a single duvet, not just the pillowcase. There was a single duvet as well. And I paid £2 for that set. And that should do quite well as well. There were none for sale. None actually currently listed. But 3 had sold quite recently. So I think there's a bit of a demand for that. I will give it a wash, perhaps just to try and brighten the colour slightly. And it's just been set. It's just a little bit cupboardy. I don't normally worry, but, it's a kid's one. And I just think it might come out a little better if I can give it a nice wash. But it's got no problems. Yeah, 2 whole English pounds. Thank you very much. That's a bit of a mess now, isn't it? Let's just do that, shall we? Over there. So, a few more clothes before we get to the treasures. £2. What shop sells Levi's for £2? Especially a nice pair of men's. Ones that look barely worn. They are 505s, which granted isn't the highest end of... They're not the vintage ones, the Big E ones, the selvage ones. I guess you guys all know that. I do check. That's all been neatly sewn in. The selvage it's flattened out and you can see the edge of the fabric, like 2 white stripes down the side. So those are not the selvage ones, but they're pretty good nick. And, there's probably at least £25 in those, possibly more. There were 38, which is quite a decent size, not a small size. This I might have made a bit of an error picking this up, but I was reading the Sunday magazine. When I was reading, this is what keeps happening. Look, that's been that bloody buccaneer again. You see, it starts off complete, and I'm going to end up losing my rubies. And in this house, if you start dropping beads, I mean, not only have you got 2 cats that want to play with them, it's a mess down on the floor. I'm not showing you. It's a mess. Because I've had a very busy Christmas and New Year period. Thank you, eBay gods. Apart from the odd quiet day, it's actually been surprisingly good. So I haven't really had time to do my usual let's just tidy things up routine. Precious little tidying up going on. Right. Yes, I've been reading the Sunday papers about how, nice long line blazers are in, wide-legged trousers, the plain white shirt, the usual kind of penitent garb of post-Christmas success and having to go back to work. But they were also talking about sleeveless jumpers and tank tops and things. And I picked this up. It was Laura Ashley. It's a modern one. It was only £2. It's a 14, but it's kind of a zippy, bit of a gilet thing. It does need a debobble, admittedly, but I don't mind a bit of debobbling. And, you know, I'll probably get between 18 and 20 for that, I would imagine. Guessing, haven't researched. And I picked this up because I couldn't bear to sit sitting there looking so sad. It's kind of a bit like, I'm showing you really badly. Hello, Double Karma, lovely to see you. Painful to step on, yeah, too right, a bit like Lego. It's a really rather nice Crombie style jacket with the double pockets, longer line jacket, keeps the bum warm for a fella. And it's actually a Ben Sherman one. Now, I don't usually bother too much with Ben Sherman because I find quite often it doesn't hold its value. I don't think they're cheap new. But this was only £2, and I thought, well, you know, for spring, something smart. You know, it's got to be at least 20 quid in it. And if I'm spending £2 on something, I want there to be at least 20 quid in it. You've had a fab haul too. Why don't you do a live? If I can do it, anyone can. Most definitely. Right. Oh, I love these, but my hooves won't fit. Now, this charity shop had so much donations. They were kind of like laying along the floor, and every time I turned around, someone was coming in, just leaving. The piles were growing of more and more and more donations. Never seen anything like it. It really is. They are drowning. If only they'd have a sale. But I kind of had to clamber over these bags to get to where some boots were. And when I say boots, oh, some boots. Look at that. Over the knee jobs. Now, I knew these were quite decent quality. They've got a little zip at the side, so not completely pull on. They're lined in leather up to this point, so I knew they were good. I wasn't seeing a brand, but I thought I love the style. They were £2, suede. And then when I looked inside, that's when I noticed that they were worth picking up in spite of them having somewhere, because they're Reese. Now, Reese boots and shoes are not cheap. These are obviously a little more vintage style. They've got the Cuban heel on. Those are lovely. You've got to do your listings first. I thought they were fabulous. So, yeah, for £2, thank you very much. I will take those. Oh, Antoinette, sorry, I hadn't said hello. Hello. How are you? Hope you're well. I love those. I love them so much. They are sadly a 37, which I believe is a 4. I want to say. Is that a 4? Yeah. Way too dainty for my feet. Bloody brilliant. Just love the style, the design. Right, we're getting towards the smalls now. Some little things I pick up, but when they're £1, this is obviously a new one. My granddad used to have things like this. It's a coin purse. You put your things in there, shut it, and your coins don't fall out. It's quite sweet. It looked new, so new vintage. I didn't think they were making this style of purse, old fella's purse anymore. And this I had to get just because it amused me. Yes, it is a piggy in leather. I've never seen anything like it. It's mad. It's a whole English pound. And it is a little purse with a zip top. I thought it was unusual. I mean, really, I shouldn't pick things up if they're not going to make me lots of money, but it was £1. And I thought it was going to be at least a tenner in that, maybe more, who knows. So, loved it. Especially, the eyes aren't googly, sadly. If the eyes had been googly, that would have been even better. But, you know, someone put a lot of work into that. So it's kind of like a wrist slit. I suppose you could attach it to a belt. Don't know why I picked those sort of things up. You know, they're the kind of smalls that keep the shop rolling. You know, this was. I'm thinking this was probably £1. Oh, don't know. I'm guessing it was probably £1. Oh, okay. How strange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't know. Anyway, this is probably £1, I'm imagining, but I liked it. Vintage necklace. It's I'm sorry, the light isn't brilliant in here. These are all different coloured, like marbles. They're not see-through. They're kind of black with all this colour running through them. I love things like this. Just so sweet, so dainty. Little kind of collar length, choker length necklace. Put a rubbish. Yeah, actually, Tia Maria in coffees. It's flipping nice. But I, obviously, true to my name, I very much like rum. Oh, don't know who that is, but never mind. So, we're enjoying that. Let's hope they go away and leave us in peace, because they're just boring. Jewellery, where am I going to put it all? Right, there. Okay. Now, I bought some bits and I bought some bags. So I bought 2 bags. Small, very small little mixed bag of things, and some oddments. So we can unbag these right. £2 a bag? I was going to say no, because when I spotted those, I couldn't see anything else I wanted to buy, and I think I couldn't buy something. Thank you, Lex. I much appreciated. I am, yeah, I'm quite fortunate. I don't get much of a problem with them, to be honest. And they don't harm anyone, do they? They just need to go and get a life. I thought this was really rather sweet. I love this liquid silver stuff. I'm going to test it all, because they said that these bits were silver. But why wouldn't the whole thing be silver? It probably is. I paid £3 for that. I just think it's so sweet. Again, quite short, but quite lovely. And of course, where's the loop when you want one? They all scuttle, hide away, don't they? I should have got that out before we started. Yes, I should have done. There is something, if I get my fizzle out of the way, there is something on there, but I will investigate and see. That was my fault. I should have had a look before we came on. But there are many, many strands of this. And I think these are really rather delicate and beautiful. Probably, not really me, but they're certainly going to have a following. Needs a little polish up. I suspect that is all silver. So very happy with that one. A little bit of silver. I couldn't resist. There's, look, ladybird. It's so cute. Paid £1.50 for it. I mean, basically, this place, this is a different shop from the one I was stepping over all the donations, but they were having a similar problem in this shop. But the jewellery is kind of all shoved underneath the counter, and you really can't see it. And they were having a stressy morning. I had to pay in cash because their till had gone tits up, I suppose. Wasn't having any of it. Luckily, I had cash on me. But that is so, so cute. So I managed to I said, oh, it seems to be a box of earrings. May I have a little rummage? I said, oh, yes, they've all been sorted. That's fine. So I had a bit of a dig through. But honestly, you wouldn't have known it was there otherwise. Oh, hello, Jillybee. Good afternoon. This isn't signed, which is such a shame. It's on gold tone, but it's got so much sparkles. If it had been a bee, it would have been even better. But a ladybird, I'm happy with that. For £1.50, I mean, these are all the little things that I buy because I like. I wish I knew where my loop was. That is so annoying. I'm doing that. I think these are in resin. These are little earrings, and they're in heart shape, so I will be getting these on quite quickly. Difficult to show you. I wish I was more organised and had a better. I'm pretty sure these are 925. if I actually had some decent eyes. Actually, I can do it with the camera and have a quick look. That's what I do when I'm out and about, rather than getting a loop out, which seems somewhat more obvious. I can try and have a look and see what I can see with my camera. Ooh. Don't keep emailing me, it's okay. I tell you, every time I turn around, someone's bought a watch off me. Oh, that's lovely. It wasn't expensive, mind you. Anyway, camera. Oh, this is good telly, isn't it? Camera, let's have a little look. Thank goodness for magnifications. Yeah, it's in resin, and they've actually put tiny little flowers in, but they're real flowers. Oh, so cool. I'm hoping that it's silver. There we go. I can see a 925 right on the side. You can't see it, but there is a 925 there. What I need to check is if the backs are silver, because they should be. Oh, hello, Adrian, Mr. Diggs. Hope you're well. Had a good New Year. Yeah, they may not be. Well, that back may not be. I will find some spare ones if I haven't got them, or sell them without backs, because that's sometimes easier. Yeah, those backs are definitely not silver. So someone's lost the original backs and then just put some ordinary ones on. But they're heart-shaped and they're cute. And I thought, guess what's coming up? Valentine's, next thing on our menu. So, yeah, that'll be good. Oh, while I've got the camera, I can have a quick look at this. Let's see what it says. Looks more like a picture than a higher magnification. It says stir. Ooh, it does say sterling. And what looks like a kind of a sunburst. I wonder if that's a particular brand. Don't know. It says sterling anyway. And I'm thinking that I would imagine that the whole thing is, but I will test. Yeah, the clasp is, and that's marked. Could do with it. I need to squeeze that little jump ring there, because it's gonna come detached. So £3 for a sterling silver necklace. I don't mind if I do. Now, what have we got here? Yeah, now I bought this because the chain is silver, and I'm hoping that the little cross is too, but I liked the chain. It's one of these. They're just different from the regular sort of chain. They're a bit more interesting, a bit more detailed. Still delicate. Mark 925, I'm imagining it should be. I mean, they do have a good look at things. They don't always catch stuff. There we go, it says 925 on the jump ring. I'm not sure about the cross though. See, me buying crosses. I'm fairly sure that it's not, but I will test, because nobody wants a nostril shot. That's what happens when you press the wrong button. So having a little look. Oh, it could be. It could be sterling. But I'm not seeing a mark anywhere, which quite possibly means it's not. It's looking like it's plated, actually, that one. So I may pop that on another chain, or I may sell as is. But there you go. It's always hard to tell, especially when you're in the middle of a shop. That can go over there. Next. Well, I know these are sterling silver, because look, it says accessorise, sell sterling silver. I'm sure you already know that. £2.50 I paid for these. But it's actually telling me that the crystals are Swarovski. It's a flipping small thing. Yeah, there we go. That's where it's telling me the crystals are Swarovski. Little hologram. And they're really rather pretty. if you can wear these sort of things. I see, yes, they've got the plastic thing on the back and they've got their thing on it too. What does it say here? Accessorize. August 17. Oh, okay. It's barcode and things. So I don't know what they would originally cost, but they're really rather sweet. I think they're actually meant to be butterflies. And we know there are lots of people who love butterflies. So that's always a good thing. Oh, right, sorry. There I am, engaged. Now let's have a look. Your 3K bag of jewellery was a total loss. A lot went in the bin. Oh, no. Did you buy it off online? Because that can happen. I've got some coming, actually. It's meant to be due. Is it Monday? Monday the 10th. Yeah, I mean, it might get here quicker than that. And if it does, I'll do an unbagging. But the key is to try not to spend so much so that if it comes back where that you're not, you've not lost much. I really draw the line at spending a lot of money on them. Some I've been lucky with and some I've been fairly unlucky with. No, a friend knows a lady who works in a charity shop. Screwdriver in the bundle. Yeah, see, you're not going to... They cut their nose off to spite their faces. They really are just hoofing out rubbish. Yeah. That's a shame, but at least you know not to buy from her again. But it's always a gamble. I mean, these 2 little bags I've got here, but they were like, £4, and I thought it's worth a gamble. These were a gamble. I don't know what they cost me. I'm not sure. But I thought they were rather cute, very delicate. I mean, they probably want to be. Are they the same as mine just got knotted up? Or are they not the same? No, they are the same. I just wasn't showing them very nicely. There we go. Your mate bought a bunch from Bernardo's, mostly tap, but did find a gold chain. Yeah, I mean, I've got some gold to scrap in, and I probably can do that with my friend from the flea market. Find out what his gold prices are. So I'll be coming into about 100 quid's worth of gold. Just little bits and pieces. And one is part of a chain, which was so light. And a ring that was actually mine, I bought many years ago in Greece. And I didn't realise it was 18 carat. But what happened was it was 2 sorts of gold with a tiny diamond in. So I may hoik the diamond out for future years and then sell the gold as scrap because it's still worth a fair bit, even as scrap. We're going to take a little look at these. I'm not thinking they're anything because that was a real gamble. I just thought it's a bit like buying a scratch card. I think when you get to that point, it's like, well, if it is, it isn't. Who knows? Let's try and get the camera up again. This is dull for you because you're not seeing anything. I do appreciate that. They just looked small enough to be possibly. And of course they had the gold colour posts, which doesn't always mean anything. I haven't become more aware of that tea staining that Lex has spoken about and others. Yeah, I'm not thinking these are anything. I really don't think they are. But they're very pretty and they're very delicate. And actually the backs are far too big because if you get gold backs, they're normally absolutely minuscule, aren't they? Big old, big old, big old. Sadly, not this. This one isn't, no. But what I like about this process is that I am learning. And I know, all right, something might look like gold and turn out to be ungold, but I'm getting better at discriminating between gold and ungold. I'm getting a lot better. So it's kind of like an investment in my learning, really. They're really rather sweet. They'll still sell because they're a really nice design. And I kind of go on that principle. I'm like, well, if it's not gold, it really doesn't matter. If I like it, it'll get sold or it'll go into a lot and someone else will get to enjoy it. And just to give you an idea, for all that I've shown you, plus the 2 bags that are coming up, I think I spent £13 in one shop and £19 in another. So I am determined more than ever this year, as I was last year, to keep my overheads down because it's so easy to get caught up in turnovers but the profit margin does come down to what you spend. And unless I'm spending on something really amazing that I know I'm going to get a great return on, I'm not going to keep paying up for mediocre stuff. It's not happening anymore. So I wouldn't say it's a resolution, but it's definitely something I'm keen on. Right, okay. Which bag first? Bag 1 or bag 2? The red pill or the blue pill? Hello, Twisted Ghost. You're just in time for a bit of an unbagging. So are we going for number 1? Or are we going for number 2? Number 1 is my left. Number 2 is my right. And I'm really bad with left and right. Lex is saying number 2. Oh my God, Lex, well, that's amazing. Gold tone stuff. Yeah, you see, we all do it. You found a pendant you thought was glass with a gold apple on the front. Turns out it's green onyx with 9-carat gold. Signed GS. Oh, that's fantastic. But the vote seems to be for 2 at the moment. Do that one. We'll do 2 first. We will do them both. I just need a little tray. Oops. Oh my word. A little tray to empty them out into. And I'll attempt to show you. There is something red in here, yes. Oh, let me try and do this without ruining the bags. Yeah, these were fun. I picked these up because I want to encourage them to do more of this, because every now and again you get something amazing. Oh, number 2 is definitely getting the vote. Right, what have you all seen? Because I haven't. You're giving it to Belle. Oh, tasty. Yeah, she will love it. Now, this says assorted beads and bits, so some of this may be broken. But I do broken lots, so let's, This might have been the red thing that was seen. And it is indeed a very orangey red bangle with a bit of vintage wear to it. So that may well go in with a lot, because I do sell bangles, but less so than I used to. What caught my eye was this. Oh my gosh, Now, I know these don't go for much. I think in the summer people will go for these more as well. I hope so. Look at that. I saw that and I'm like, I'm having these bags because that is so cool. 2-stranded. Oh, goes well on black. Funny that. Goes well on black. I love this, love this. Oh, hello, Lainey. Oh, do send me a pic. I'd love to see it. Yeah. And Tasty is a lucky bell. She really is. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. You see, my light does. There you go. Can you see that sparkle? Oh, hey, Sarah. Yeah, I'm just in love with these. I'm just in love with these. But there was another one. I thought it was one necklace. Vintage beads and bits. Look at this. Glass as well. AB finish. Oh, nice sparkle. You get more sparkle if I put it over there. Nice. That's nice and long. That's very long. Oh, but the AB on it is fantastic. Blues and purples and just can't begin. I love those. That more than pays for both bags. I've never undervalued such gorgeousness is. Well, let's see what else we have. Ladybugs. That's so sweet. I think I can see something statement coming. You caught me on jewellery. Hope you had a good New Year, Lainey. Wow, that's a humdinger. I love green. I do love green. That is quite cool. I'm not so fond of the cords, gotta say, but that is quite something. They are glass. Yep, they are glass. Are they? Actually, they might not be. Things are cold because they've been outside. Oh, and I have realised that it is missing a stone. So someone is going to have a lovely set of green stones to craft with, because that will go in a craft a lot. Keep it up. There's a bag with nothing in it. Tang Nation. There really isn't anything in it. Pandora. Might be useful though. We'll hang on to it. Everything's for a good reason, eh? a kilt bin. I do sell kilts, so again, not entirely useless. I don't believe this. This is the day. Look at that. Now that looks like someone has restrung it on a more modern, possibly more modern lobster clasp. It's nicely strung. I can't believe I've had 3 of those. That's amazing. And that's in really nice nick. It's got tiny beads, flattened ones in between the big faceted ones. Glorious. Couldn't be more pleased with that. I mean, what can I say? Shiny, shiny. Start of the year's not great. Stupid stomach issues again. Oh, Lainey, no. Oh, get some healing vibes your way. Oh, and just to send healing vibes, there's an owl. Because as we know, no jewellery lot is complete unless there's an owl. And this is a knotty owl because he really has got stuck around everything. In fact, he's not so much got... Oh, that may require a bit of sorting out later. He's a knotty owl. A knotty now. This is what happens when you get a job lot. Right, we'll come back to now in a minute. A bracelet. A wire thing. Oh, no, I'm saying it's a bracelet. No, it truly isn't. It is actually. And these illusion wire job is. I'm not sure what these are. I think they are manufactured. They're not pearls. It's not silver. But it says it's made in Wales. Wow, okay. And there is a made. It's made in Wales. Carrie Elspeth. I will look Carrie Elspeth up because you never know. You could be some glorious artisan producer of fabulousness that everybody wants. Absolutely amazing. Was quite prepared to dismiss that and glad I haven't. I will look up Carrie Elspeth. She's everywhere. Is she everywhere? Doesn't fetch much. Okay, well, never mind. It's the thought that counts. She tried. Carrie Elspeth going cheap, is she? Poor love. Actually, a little bit of a polish up. I probably won't sell those myself. They may very well go into a lot, but we'll see. We'll see. Carrie Elspeth. I've not seen her before. And she's everywhere. Is she everywhere in Wales? Is that the thing? Oh, have I missed her? Is there a Kirsten? We've got a bing bong Kirsten. Oh, we have. Hello, Kirsten. Hope you had a good New Year. Hope everything's going well at the shop. I'll get to visit it one day. I will get to visit down that way once again. Oh. You're hiding again, Rebecca. Hello, welcome. You bought a vintage 12? Yeah, they do smell quite vintage, don't they? But that's the nature of it. There's a right old tangulation going on here. We've got a next. Oh, point. Sorry. Ears. This is where the nail has got tangled. Right, so we have the nail. We have a solo earring. Somebody's made that's really rather pretty, but just the one. I may have to look at this more closely and see if there's anything worth going in for. Claire's. I think that's a Claire's. Not so much. As you can see, something of a tangulation, which I may or may not untangle depending on my mood. It may very well end up in a lot. I think the nail is just tangled. It's not broken, so fabulous. Yeah, I'm waiting on a delivery of, I can't remember, was it 10 kilos? Didn't pay much for it because I just can't now. I just really can't. Oh, this is East. This is very much in their flavour, isn't it? But of course, you know, now people are thinking ahead, and how many people are booking holidays abroad? I'm not that adventurous already yet, I have to say. I do like that, but I probably won't sell it myself because I have quite a big lot. Oh, good Lord. Earrings. Oh, not really me. Not really me at all, but they are a pair. And they're quite full on. You're never too old to play dress up. This is absolutely true. Couldn't agree more. So that was bag number 1. And I am overjoyed by all the loveliness in the Aurora Borealis. Does it? Do you need it? Actually, it's probably got all those colours in, I would imagine. I'll put the scissors down, didn't I? So we're on to bag number 1. Seeing as you picked bag number 2 to start with, and I split the bag anyway, I think. Actually, I sold a vintage cape this morning. I was quite pleased about. Had some good sales lately. It wasn't bad at all, was it? £2. Bag number 2. Here we go, full of loveliness and bigness. There's a watch in here. Watches, don't know much about watches. Not really my thing. Ooh. Well, I say ooh. It's on a very odd knitted woven strap. I think that says quartz, quite possibly. Quartz. It's a very lightweight, inexpensive watch, so that may well go into my, crafting or watch job lot. I will have to do a watch job lot at some point. Oh, Gaviscon pink, anyone? It's probably not the key word to describe this, but it's definitely Gaviscon pink. Oh, bit of a smudge there or something. But, I'm not sure they're vintage. They certainly look vintage. Nice big beads. Touch of the Wilma Flintstones about those, I think, but very pink. And talking of pink, this is obviously the pink bag. Hang on, there's a few things caught up. If you can bear with me a moment. The colour might change after you have it cleaned. It's possible. Oh, there's something very much knotted up in here. Yeah. About to show you something, and everything's in it. Okay, this is more of your holiday kind of. Oh, it's the colour of pink. It was very big in the 80s, I think, that colour pink. And again in the late 90s. This is not vintage, but it's a bit of a statement, and no mistake. Nice big hammered type thing on the front. Seed beads, is that broken? Or is that just the way it's made? No, I don't think it's broken. But that could really set off the right kind of outfit, couldn't it? So nothing wrong there. Ooh, these look like they're about to fall apart. Ooh, and they might be. I'm going to put this into a bead lot because there's some very interesting. They're all wooden, but I'm not quite sure what's happened to the end of it. Something has become detached. So that'll be in for craft. Okay, it's on a piece of leather. Don't ignore things that come on leather. Sometimes you get silver things on leather. Not always, but it's worth a look. Here we go. That's actually a piece of like lava, volcanic lava. But I don't think it's set in anything particularly amazing. I think it's a nice costume piece. Simple. A simple look. Oh, I've got to go for this because it's shiny. Man, there's stuff caught up on things here. Here we go again. Pearlies and some Aurora Borealis. I should be able to say it by now. There we go. That is a very small necklace. I mean, there's a small extender on it, but that's going to be, I mean, I have a fairly small neck, it has to be said, but not one I wish to draw attention to. So, don't think it's silver. No, don't think it is. Well, that's quite a sweet look. I always have to look at these in a decent light to make sure that the coating hasn't rubbed off the faux pearls. I might try and sell that. I might go in a vintage lot. I'm working on a vintage lot at the moment because I've got quite a lot of it, so there may be more than one vintage lot. This is very sweet, obviously home crafted. Little glass beads and a nice big bead on the end. That doesn't show up very well actually in terms of its colour. It's a really nice bright blue. It's like a dichroic, not exactly lamp work because it's all on the inside. But a nice glass bead there. So someone's made a good job of that. If they've made it. Oh yeah. Oh, no. Okay, this is one of those bag hanging things. Get these all the time, and someone's got blue tack and sellotape and all sorts on that, so I think it's probably going in the rubbish. Well, the recycling anyway. Don't think that's a whole lot of use to anyone. It's funny how they just had this labelled as beads and bits. Now this is incredibly small. Sorry, waving it around. Tiny, tiny. I love the look of these, but they are so minuscule. Don't know if it's silver. I very much doubt it. But when something's this delicate, you kind of think it could be. I will test it, but I don't think it is. It's so light. Okay, my testing file. Sorry, itchy nose. Jewellery does for you. Makes your nose itch. Ah, good job I bought both bags because there's the other earring. Pays to buy all of the bags. That has a bonus hair in it. Not one of mine because it's the one colour. I think they're quite cool. They've actually threaded all the beads on and then threaded chain all around. So they're more summery, more festively perhaps. And let's hope we have some festivals this year. Yes. Yeah. Not easy to say with these teeth in, even after all this time. That has clearly dropped off something. So that's for crafting. Oh. And so is that. Maybe they were supposed to be earrings or something. Or maybe they dropped off another necklace. Who knows? A crafting they will go. This is not turquoise. It is totally the wrong colour. I mean, as in just completely wrong. But they look almost like they're glass pieces. Or something else. But they've got little gold beads between. So someone has gone to quite a lot of effort. And it's got a barrel clasp on it. That's quite sweet. It's probably vintage. But like I say, it's not actual turquoise. Oh, God, sorry. Sorry. Keep doing that. Right, what have we got here? I haven't come across anything that's really broken. There's a couple of things missing beads. I wonder if I'm saying that, and I don't know what this is. It's kind of like a long chain with bigger bits. No idea. I don't know if it's meant to belong to perhaps a handbag or maybe it's just a chain that you... Yeah, it's just come loose. Just need to put it back together again. Just a silver tone chain, which I can at least put back together again before passing on to someone. Not silver. Definitely not silver. Doesn't feel right. Doesn't smell right. yeah, we're sort of getting bits of things. Still worth looking at, but just bits of things. Getting a bit knottier now. It's quite more interesting when you get to the smalls. Ah, this might have been part of, yeah, I think this is connected to these because it's a similar thing. So crafting for sure. How tangled up. Wait, there's a couple of things that look quite interesting. This is one of those incredibly light, the ones that almost don't feel like they're metal. Little vintage chain there. I say vintage because the clasp on it is clearly brass. Might have to go into crafting actually, I'm not sure. I don't want to pass that on. Yin yang, anyone? Turquoise, yeah. Oh, lovely. We all love a bonus there. This is on a particularly nasty bit of string, which is unfortunate because I'm sure I've got something nicer I can put it on. Really rather sweet little yin yang. Quite nice. Mother of pearl and a black shell. Things like that are very sweet. There's always a market for that sort of thing, isn't there? Because it's of its time. Oh yes, now we've got one on something on a leather, bit of leather there. Nice spiral. A Celtic-y. Or is it just, oh yeah, is it like a maze or is that just gunge? But it's, like I say, a little bit of something. Oops. There we are. We're doing well here. We're getting rid of all the itsy bitsy ones. Here we go. That's another little thing on a bit of leather. I've got things wrapped around things. This is the problem. There's some smaller chains as well, which are quite knotty. Very knotty. Oh, it's going to be one of those multi-chain trips, isn't it? Little stretchy bracelet. That's got to be one of the smallest rings I've ever seen. I've never seen one like that. Where's that pesky camera gone? We'll have a look. It's probably unsilver, but it's kind of small. And I thought, was it missing a stone? Was my initial thought. That's how it looks there. Very small. Rather sweet. Oh, I'm having trouble with my phone. It's playing up. I need to go back to the shop and get it sorted. Because you almost sort of think, why would you make something that small if it isn't anything? It could just be a kid's ring or... Monica Vinada. Wow. Did she make things this small? Oh, can't get it to focus. I may have to come back and look at this another time. I cannot see anything on it at the moment. It's not missing any stones though, or paste or whatever. That's interesting. I'll keep a look at that. I'm talking of rings. These are tiny. Absolutely tiny. Still worth a look at because you never know. Yes, I'm sure she signs everything. I'll have a closer look. I just might not have my eyes in. I don't think these are anything really, but you'd feel silly if you didn't check. Because you think, well, who'd give a kid a ring? But people do. I seem to remember when I was quite young, I had a signet ring. Heaven only knows what happened to it, which is the problem. Of of course, some people, yes, say I have very small, delicate fingers. I'm clearly not one of them. But no, I don't think those are anything. They'll end up elsewhere. Oh, okay, there are things. Very much a tangle in here. They have little tanglies. There we go. Let's show you what isn't tangled. Here we have a necklace with this little green, slightly cat's eye type glass in it. That's on a brass, antique brass finish. I have a pair of earrings. Oh, I get so, you see so many of these. There's certain ones that you just have seen them and see them and see them endlessly. Must have been in every shop in the neighbourhood. Quite cute, a pair. The modern earrings. I think I've got some more modern earrings here. Oh, they're unusual. Right. Hearts. They look like they're really old, but when you look at the back, they're kind of not. I don't think they are anyway. Oh, and actually, one of the little flowers has got knocked, so that's crafting. Oh. Now this little knottage here is only a knottage because I think I've got a multi-chain thing going on. And two, again, tiny, tiny rings that are stuck together. So if I can wick these off, right, there's these two tiny, tiny rings. And they're cute. I don't think they're anything. They don't feel like they're going to be anything. They're so small, you think they should be, really. No, don't think they are. How tiny. Unless they're a toe ring. I guess that's possible. I have a single earring. Well, what would have been an earring, except it's bent out completely. On silver. Like I say, this is very much a modern necklace in a great deal of a tangle. And yes, it looks like it should be gold, but it clearly isn't. Very fine chain, though. Just a multi-strand. A little coin on the end, which is rather cute. I think coin jewellery is having another moment again. Oh, another one. Oh, right. I will have a look at the picture of the Monica Vader ring. I think I've seen some of them on people's sites, and they're usually a bit more embellished, should we say, a bit more extravagant than that. Oh, okay. Yeah, it does look very similar, doesn't it? Wow, really? Well, it looks similar where it's probably a takeoff of it. Blimey, thank you, Lex. I will definitely investigate this one a bit more closely. That is quite amazing, isn't it? Let's get that camera back and have a look. Maybe later this year, I'll try and get myself a better setup so I can have an eyes down sort of look at things. I know you managed to do it, Lex. So it would be signed if it was her. I wonder where they find room to sign it, though. Because it's so small. You know when fat fingers get in the way? Oh. Now I want to see. Come on, come on. Oh, I'm going to have to investigate that more closely. It's so similar. I mean, even that shape, it's very, very similar, isn't it? So thank you, everybody, for joining me. I've literally taken up a whole hour of your working day. Naughty. And possibly a whole hour of mine. So I really should crack on. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me. It's been nice to see you in this new year. And onwards and upwards, as they say. So take care of yourselves and give us a thumbs up We know how it goes, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye-bye, everyone. Ciao. Press the like button would help. Bye.